She was more than just a doctor. She was a beacon of hope for her family, a friend always ready to lend a hand, and a young woman who conquered every obstacle on a path to success. At 31, she had achieved what many only dream of. But on that fateful night of August 9th, her bright future was brutally extinguished. More than 11 days have passed since the horrifying rape and murder at RG Kar Hospital, but the headlines have since shifted focus from the outcry of a grieving nation to the political blame games and legal wranglings. In this video, we will talk about all that's happened in the case so far and how the protests following her death are pushing India to becoming what it is not, a safer country for all women. I'm Manish Adhikary and you're watching First Things Fast.
As the Supreme Court taking suo motu cognizance on the rape case in Kolkata.
On Tuesday, the Supreme Court held a significant hearing. The CJI expressed concern on several matters. Chief Justice D.Y. Chandrachud questioned the delay in the filing of the FIR. Chief Justice also said that if women cannot be provided safe working conditions, then they are being denied equality.
Extremely concerning.
The Supreme Court criticized the West Bengal government for the inadequate facilities for doctors. In response to the growing concerns about safety in hospitals, the court ordered the deployment of the CISF at RG Kar Hospital. Additionally, a 10-member national task force was established to create a national protocol for the safety of healthcare professionals.
The Supreme Court setting up a national task force to work out safe spaces for doctors across India.
The task force has been asked to examine and recommend measures for the safety of interns and resident and non-resident doctors in hospitals across India. Now, according to Bar and Bench, the task force shall take up important matters into consideration, including additional security in emergency wards, baggage screening, limits on the entry of non-patients into hospitals, more security for crowd management, restrooms and gender-neutral spaces for doctors and nurses, use of biometrics and facial recognition, proper lighting and installation of CCTVs, transport from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. for medical professionals, and quarterly audits of institutional safety measures. Now, this task force is to submit an interim report within 3 weeks and a final report within 2 months. The Supreme Court also directed media as well as social media platforms to refrain from sharing any identifying details about the victim, including the name, photographs, or videos to preserve her dignity. The court also criticized the hospital and its former principal, Dr. Sandeep Ghosh. The court also reserved some strong words for the Bengal government for their apparent haste in the reappointment of Ghosh at another reputed medical college and hospital in Kolkata just hours after he resigned as the principal of RG Kar. Born and raised in a busy Kolkata suburb, she was the pride of her family. Her parents, who toiled long hours in a small tailoring shop, invested every ounce of their energy into her education. They dreamt of seeing her succeed where they had struggled, and she did not disappoint them. Her academic brilliance was evident early on. She scored 90% in her class 10 state boards and went on to crack both JEE and medical entrance exams. When it was time to choose the field of study, she chose MBBS, a calling she felt deeply within her.
एकदम बचपन से था, पढ़ा लिखा और पिता माता का साथ जुड़ा हुआ, गार्डनिंग और पेट लवर.
She studied to become a doctor at a medical college in a city not far from Kolkata. There she stood out not just for her academic achievements, but for her compassion. Her teachers described her as a dedicated student, someone who was always ready to help others, someone who treated her profession not just as a job but as a mission. She joined RG Kar Medical College to pursue her postgraduate studies. Here she was drawn to respiratory medicine, a specialty that had become even more vital during the COVID-19 pandemic. The hospital became her second home where long hours and sleepless nights were part of her daily life. But amidst the challenges, she remained focused, driven by a desire to make a difference. But on the night of August 9th, her life came to a tragic end.
না আমি বলেছি আমার মেয়ের এই অবস্থা দেখে কেউ বলবে না সুইসাইড করেছে, মানে তাকে দেখলেই বোঝা যাচ্ছে কেউ তাকে খুন করে ফেলেছে.
The sheer brutality of the crime has shaken Kolkata and the nation. But as the investigation unfolds, more disturbing questions have emerged. Her parents and colleagues believe she was not just a random victim, but was targeted. There are whispers of a drug racket within the hospital, a possible motive for her murder. Her diary entries reveal the immense pressure she was under in the weeks leading up to her death. The only person arrested so far is Sanjoy Roy, a civic police volunteer at the hospital, but suspicions abound that he is merely a scapegoat with the real culprits still at large. Her colleagues question how Roy knew she was alone in the seminar room that night, and why has the investigation been marked by so much confusion. Her father has alleged that her body was cremated in haste despite there being 3 more bodies at the crematorium.
क्रिमिनेशन घाट का बारे में बोलता है, श्मशान घाट के बारे में उधर 3 बॉडी पड़ा हुआ था, लेकिन उसके पहले ही हमारा लड़की का बॉडी जला दिया गया। हम लोग तो क्या बोले, हम लोग तो पूरा चूर-चूर हो गया।
Questioning how the Chief Minister has handled the case, the father has said that the family was not satisfied with Mamata Banerjee and that they have refused to take any compensation from her government.
सीएम अपने रास्ते में नाम उतार के जस्टिस मांगता है, फिर जो जनरल पब्लिक है उसने जब जस्टिस मांगता है उसको बंद करने के लिए कोशिश कर रहे हैं। क्या इसकी सब क्या बात है? हम लोग तो इसके लिए बहुत दुख आ गया।
Another controversial aspect of the case has been the details emerging from the post-mortem report. Rumors have spread like wildfire on social media. Some have alleged that 150 milligram semen was found inside her. This claim sparked outrage and disbelief. The post-mortem report, which has not been fully disclosed to the public, mentions the presence of a white, thick, viscous liquid in her endocervical canal. However, what has been widely misreported is the meaning of the 150 milligram noted in the report. The figure refers to the weight of her vaginal tract, not the volume of semen, as some have claimed.
Autopsy must have been done in a much hurried way, and it is not systematically reported the injuries and systematically explained the injury.
Forensic experts are now tasked with analyzing the substance to determine how many individuals were involved in the crime. DNA testing is expected to play a crucial role in identifying her assailants, but the damage caused by the spread of misinformation has been significant. This has led to widespread mistrust in the investigation process. In fact, at the very outset of the Supreme Court hearing on Tuesday, the Chief Justice expressed concern over the fact that the victim's name, along with photographs and video clips of her body, were circulated all over the media.
Deeply concerned of the fact that the name of the deceased who was assaulted and murdered, the name has been published all over the media.
More than 10 days since her death, her parents are left in a state of unbearable grief. They are demanding not just justice for their daughter, but for the system to recognize the value of her life.
हमको न्याय दीजिए और कुछ नहीं चाहिए हमको। हमारा लड़की जो गया है अब तो कोई तो रिटर्न नहीं दे सकता है ना। हम लोगों का न्याय चाहिए, न्याय होने से उसका आत्मा भी शांति मिलेगा, हम लोगों का थोड़ा शांति मिलेगा।
Meanwhile, doctors across the country have been protesting. Media reports are saying that public hospitals in many parts of India were only serving emergency patients. Hundreds of thousands of doctors have been refusing to work since going on strike on Saturday, the 17th of August. Now, this has resulted in the halting of daily OPD services and elective surgeries, affecting thousands of patients all over India.
Apart from emergency care, hospital services across the country remained shut as doctors escalated their protest demanding justice for Abhaya. Union Health Ministry has requested the agitating doctors to resume their duties in the larger public interest.
The people of Kolkata, her colleagues and countless others across the country are standing in solidarity with the doctor's family. The CBI is investigating the case, but as the days go by, the pain of a loss only deepens.
A team of the Central Bureau of Investigation visited the victim's house and was there for 7 hours. They've recorded family members' statements and also gathered all possible information about the victim, about Abhaya, from the family.
This is not just a story about one woman. It's about the safety of every woman who steps out to work, the dreams of every parent who hopes for a better future for their children, and the trust we place in our institutions to protect us. We cannot let this be another forgotten case. This is not just her fight, it's ours.